Archie Jacobs with Manufacturing Automation.
And I'm Alan Connor with Perfect Circle Automation.
We welcome you to the first episode of a series focused on automation and control technologies.
In each episode, we'll try to give you a totally unbiased review of automation hardware and software.
In this first episode, we've got a range of hardware here in front of us that we're going to discuss, and I'm going to turn it over to Alan and let him tell us about what he has in front of him.
Okay. What I have in front of me are a couple of different products. The first one is the Intermec SR61 Bluetooth barcode scanner. The second one is the Intermec Bluetooth serial adapter with power supply. Now, both of these are Bluetooth Class 1, rated at Class 1, which is we like for the industrial environment. They have a greater range, around distance of around 100 meters, and we feel that it's a little bit more suitable for the industrial environment. This one that I have here, the SR61, generally comes with in a kit. It comes with a barcode scanner, a battery, and a cradle. Now the batteries, you can purchase a separate charger to charge up multiple batteries. To swap them, all you do is they're plug and play. Just pull them out, plug them back up, and you're ready to go. The RS-232 Bluetooth adapter is also a Class 1, which is rated for a long distance, and it comes with a power supply as well, in case you don't have power on your computer on pin number 9. Now, another reason that we chose these is because this scanner is a Vista type engine. It's very durable, rugged, and doesn't have any moving components. It's all solid state. And this is one of the few barcode scanners that you can actually scan a barcode off of a computer monitor. So, Archie?
It looks like a pretty interesting product. What would you say, how reliable is that over Bluetooth? I know a lot of cordless technologies are not very good in industrial environment. How do you, what's your experience with that?
Well, actually, we have a couple of these that have been in a manufacturing environment for about 1.5 to 2 years. They're fairly rugged and fairly reliable. You can drop them. They get banged up, sometimes. They're very dependable. The only a few small problems that we do find with them is these charging points on the scanner itself will get dirty, corroded if it's in a harsh environment where you have oil and fibers floating around and stuff like that. They do need periodically cleaning.
Now, there's what makes contact with those charging points? How does that charge?
Well, when you set it down here in the cradle, it has 2 pins that are actually pretty rugged. 2 pins that touch on each side, one on each side, and it gives you a green flashing light to let you know that it's charging.
Okay, so you really don't need a separate battery charger. If you keep it in the cradle, then it sounds like that's all you need to keep it charged up.
That's correct.
That sounds like a pretty good product.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you a little bit about what I've got here. I've got a DL3500 communication controller. These have been around for quite a while. Probably, I'm thinking 7-8 years is when I first seen them. Both of us have been using them for quite a few years, and they're really good. But what it is an RS-232 to DH plus communication controller. And what this thing will do is it'll take an RS-232 input, convert it to DH plus, and transmit it to such as a SLC 500 or PLC5 over the DH plus, and it actually writes the data directly to the data table with no programming, which makes it kind of interesting. So what you do, you configure this with the EcuStack software. You plug it into the laptop and tell it which data table you want to write to, whether you're writing it to an integer file or a string file, and save it, and then you basically connect it to your SLIC over DH Plus, connect your RS-232 device, and once it receives a transmission coming in, it relays it and puts it directly in the SLIC. So it's very easy to use. One nice feature I like about this is it's actually can serve two purposes. One is just an RS-232 stream of data to write it into the SLIC data table, but this also acts as an RS-232 to DH Plus DF1 protocol converter, which means essentially you could connect this to your laptop through the RS-232 and connect your SLIC to the DH Plus or PLC5 and use your programming software. It's equivalent to the Allen Bradley, I believe it's the KF2 module that does that. It's just a lot smaller version than the KF2, and I think it's a very good, reliable product. What's your opinion on this product?
Yeah, well, actually, I have a lot of experience with that one as well. From starting back probably as far as 6 years ago, and it's probably one of the most robust pieces of equipment that I've put in place. I've put several of them, probably around 10 to 15 of these out in the field, and as far as I know, they're still running today.
And now one other nice feature I'd like to mention is this particular one has USB or RS-232, so you can actually plug USB in to your computer, and it'll map it to a COM port, and then let you get online with the DH Plus. I know a lot of computers today do not have an RS-232 port, so this actually will let you use your USB and get online over DH Plus. Now that we've talked about these two products, the connection between these two, of course, is if you need to do some barcode scanning and a cordless scanner is too inconvenient and you want to use it with a SLIC or PLC5, this makes a great combination with this and the Intermec, because you can actually use that RS-232 converter, plug it into this module, and connect this module to DH Plus, and then once you configure it, then you scan from your cordless scanner, no cord necessary of course, making it nice and convenient, and everything you scan will show up directly into a data table, and you do not have to do any programming at all in the SLIC. So what we're going to do is when we come back, we're going to wire this up, and we're going to come back and actually show and demonstrate these products and how well they work together. So we will be back shortly.